welcome back to Adventure Keeps Calling My Name, our YouTube channel dedicated to our love of life, adventure, and all things out there and having a great time.
Right.
But today is a dark note. It is. You know, we did a 14-day sailing on the Carnival Sunrise. We had a great time. We really did. We loved it, you know, but it wasn't perfect. And sometimes the not so perfect things leave you questioning. This was an incident that happened on Carnival's private island, Half Moon Cay. I didn't get off the ship that day because I was coming down with cruise crud, sore throat, snotty nose, that kind of stuff. So Matt took our older daughter and our middle daughter.
Right. 15 and 12 at that point.
Right. And I stayed on board with our little girl. So I'm going to let Matt tell you what happened, and I'll probably jump in because I can't keep my trap shut.
So we got off the ship, everything went fine. We got onto the beach, we selected a place that looked like it was just fairly close, and so we just picked it randomly.
It was on the family beach.
Yeah, family
That needs
beach.
to be noted. It was not the adult-only area. Keep going.
Got in the water. We're splashing around, just enjoying the water. The water's really clear, nice water, nice day.
Beautiful beach. Castaway Cay. Not Castaway. Half Moon Cay, sorry.
So we got there maybe 10 minutes later. A young fellow with, I don't know, a couple girls around him, and then a couple other guys come into the water.
And how old did you say they were?
They were probably in their early 20s, in that neighborhood. And there was one guy there that was probably in his 30s, I'd say, a little bit older. But the one fellow that actually had the dealings with, he had a boom box of some sort that was like a cylinder, and he was able to hold it underneath his arm, and the sound came out at either end. And then he has iPad or iPod or iPhone in his other hand, and he was playing the music from there, and it would get out through the speaker. So, okay, well, I don't know if you should really take your own music on the beach, but the issue came about whenever the music started to turn to a rap nature, and the lyrics were curse words and
misogynistic.
I don't have to go into the great detail. Everyone's heard that type of music before. And I got my daughters there, and we're probably 15 yards away from this guy, but it's clearly audible from where we're at. And I look around, and everybody else who's my age or even a little bit younger, in their 40s, they're all just staring at these people like, what are you doing? Why are you here playing that music? And they're drinking, of course, got their drinks. Hey, that's fine, you can drink in the water. But you shouldn't really play that type of music, in my opinion.
On the family beach.
On the family beach.
We've got to keep saying this. It's the family beach.
Okay. So I keep looking around, and I'm like, someone didn't say anything to this fella, and no one's saying anything. So I go up and say, hey, could you turn that down? That music isn't really what we want to hear here. I got my daughters with me, young girls, and of course he just was like putting a match to gasoline. He blew up and cursing me out and
F you, old man.
Right, and that type of stuff, and to the point where it's like, hey, calm down. All you got to do is turn the music down or go down the beach somewhere else where they want to hear that.
Go to the adult beach.
And he's like, I'm on vacation. I'm going to do me. I'm not going to mess around with you or accommodate you at all. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to get into a
And
verbal
then
argument.
our 15-year-old.
Yeah, she actually spoke and said, hey, be nice to my dad. He's asking you nicely to turn down your music. You don't have to be mean to him. And of course he started cursing her out then.
15-year-old girl.
Daughter. So it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to get into altercation with this guy physical. I'm going to go find some security. I just got to get some help here. I don't want to be the hero, but I just want to keep these other people. I just don't want my daughters exposed to that. So I go up and ask for security to come over. Well, no security comes over. I asked one of the
Finds a waiter, a bar waiter.
And they say, well, we'll get someone to come over. Well, no one came over.
Wait, the waiter said I have to finish going up the beach
to take my drink orders. They were carrying their tray and their orders. Let me go up to the end of the beach, finish taking my drinks, and then when I come back, I'll get you some security. So, okay. So, well, no security came around. And
But you said that just speaking to somebody,
Just speaking to the waiter scared this guy enough that he decided, I'm getting out of here. I don't need any of this hassle. So they actually moved down the beach then. Okay. One thing I do want to say about that exchange with that young fella on the island was after we had our words and he made his point clear that he was not going to turn the music down, I started walking away, and I did hear the other gentleman who was with him, who's like I said, I think in his 30s or something. He said, "Well, the guy did ask you nicely to turn that music down. There's not any reason to get mad." And that kind of made me feel like, yeah, I did come across in a cordial way, at least as far as cordial as you can be when you ask someone to change their behavior, and asked him to turn the music down. And it wasn't me coming over acting like high mighty or something, trying to push my opinion onto his music or something like that. So that did give me a little bit of, after it was all over, I was thinking back to the exchange and all the words and everything that was said, gave me a little bit of relief or some kind of solace, saying, hey, well, at least I did my part as far as trying to just reason with the guy. And so that made me feel better. On the beach then. Okay, so the end goal was met of getting this guy to move along. When I got back in the water, I had at least 3 people, adults, come up and say, hey, thanks for saying something to them. We didn't like that music either. We didn't think the words. I don't know what that guy was thinking doing that here on the family beach. Thanks for doing that, though, for speaking up. So I felt a little bit vindicated that, hey, I wasn't the only one that was kind of put off by that. So that's not really why I'm making this video.
because you listen to the music you want to listen to, and you drink if you want to drink, and you party if you want to party. Be responsible about where you're doing it.
Yeah, be considerate of people around you. So,
Right.
but that's not why I'm making
But
the
that's not
video.
it.
The issue came about whenever no security was available. So I get back on the ship and I go to the desk and say, I need to talk to a security officer. And one of them comes and talks to me and they say, I tell them the story and they said, well, we don't really provide security on the island. I said, well, you had 5 or 6 guys standing right there at the embarkation point, where you gotta like swipe your card to get off the island, to get onto the dock, to get on the ship. I said, you had 5 or 6 guys right there, basically just sitting around all day long and just taking care of the few guests that were coming and going. And I said, why don't you have those people out just walking up and down the beach occasionally, even just every 15, 20 minutes a guy walk by. That's just to have a presence, just to show that, hey, we're here. We're not going to let this be the Wild West. You got to have some kind of rule here. And they said, well, we just don't do that. That's not our island. We don't own the island. It is under the
It's the Bahamas, Bahamian government.
law.
Yeah.
And so we're not obliged to police it. And that just blew my mind, that Carnival will make sure you can get a drink and they'll feed you and everything else on the island, but they won't protect you or your family if there's an altercation of someone acting inappropriately. And so the reason why I'm making this video is just so everyone knows that when you get off that island, and this is coming right from the head of security, because I talked to the first security guy and I said, no, that's not good enough. I want to talk to your superior, which then later in the evening he did come and talk to me and he told me the same thing. We don't police that island. We don't secure it. We don't take any
We don't
responsibility.
have any jurisdiction. That was what they kept saying. We have
Yeah.
no jurisdiction. We have no jurisdiction. And I think every mall cop in America understands that. You know, the mall is in the town, and the town has a police force. But the mall provides security.
Right. Yeah, any stadium you go to, there's going to be stadium security to keep fights from happening, to kind of settle anything. I didn't expect Carnival to prosecute this guy or judge him or take him to court or nothing like that. I'm looking for them just to protect my interest as well as the other guests' interest while we're on the island and keep our well-being.
And we're not even slamming Carnival for this. I don't know, is this common in cruise ships? Do you know? If you do, tell us below. But when you're on their private island, does Disney provide security? I don't know. We'll let you know after our next Disney cruise. Royal Caribbean? Norwegian? I don't know. Are you in the Wild West when you're on these private islands? We love the private islands.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out a way to book a double dip Castaway Key cruise. But Is that how it is on all of them? I don't even, I was blown away by this.
Yeah, I was too. I had no idea that they wouldn't take any responsibility, or not responsibility for the way the guy acted, but any responsibility for the security of the passengers
Right.
while you're on the
Now,
island.
now, the security people wanted to know who it was. They wanted to know if you could describe him,
Yeah.
pick him out, whatever.
And-
That wasn't the point.
And I saw him later in the cruise. I could have easily identified him, but I wasn't. I didn't want anybody in prosecute or anything, anybody thrown in the brig or anything like that. So that was not my goal of this. But I did want to know, hey, if I do have problems in the future, do I have any recourses or anyone here with that's stronger than me, or is it just survival of the fittest here? The strongest guy's
If
going to
that's
win.
the case, I'm in bad shape.
Yeah.
I'm going first in the zombie apocalypse, just so you know.
And their response was, yeah, it pretty much is. Whoever's got the biggest muscles looks like it's going to be his way or no way at that point. So I don't know. Tell us if you've had any experiences. Please, I hope I'm not the only one. Maybe that was a one-time thing, and the security team on that ship, the Sunrise, had it wrong. Maybe John Heald has some kind of question or some kind of answer. I don't know, but if you could let us know, I appreciate it. I'd feel more comfortable taking my young daughters someplace that I knew had some kind of
And like
security.
I said, we're not slamming any one cruise line. This is just where this happened. This is
Right.
when it became apparent to us that this is an issue. Now, conversely, it was the security guy that came to talk to him, the first one, was the same one that took us down to the crew-only area when we scattered flowers for my mother's memorial service. So security was really nice. They were nice people. Are their hands tied?
Yeah.
Maybe they are. I don't know. We were dumbfounded. But it's something that months later we're still talking about.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to make this video to say, do you know?
Yeah. And if you weren't aware of it, that may be something you'd want to know so
Right.
that you can make the decision whether to go on the island. And once you're on the island, you know you don't have any really backup, and so you can make your choices while you're on the island too
Yeah.
accordingly.
Yeah, because other than that, they had a good time on the island. That kind of spoiled it. These private islands are wonderful. We loved Castaway Cay. We loved Princess. What was the Norwegian one?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Yeah, we went to Coco Cay on our first one with Royal Caribbean. We've always loved the private islands because they're clean. They feel safe. Maybe they're not. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, kind of
Anyhow.
dumbfounded.
That's the one dark video we got. So
Yeah. But it was a great cruise.
yeah,
and,
other than that, I would not bash
and
Sunrise
really,
or anything like
what
that.
did that last 15 minutes?
Yeah, probably 15, 20-minute altercation total from when I first spoke to the fellow to when he moved off. So
But Maddie swore at Serenity because
Yeah,
she's a sweetheart.
that's not nice.
And where was my brother-in-law? Where was the backup? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I think they were
They were at the adult beach.
they were at the adult beach. Well,
It was
okay.
quiet probably. So, okay, well, don't let it get you down. But
No,
just
keep
give
traveling.
us keep traveling. Give us your opinion. We want to hear because we are only two people. And I read a lot about cruises and travel and I learn stuff, but this is something we had never ran across.
Right.
So remember, adventure is out there. So go ahead, get out there and have that adventure.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell button down below and give us thumbs up.